It's nice to be back again. My voice is not yet 100% there, but I was just like, I have to just come here and have a conversation with you guys. So, thank you so much for all of you who have been reaching out. Thank you for all of your prayers. And it's been almost 2 weeks with no voice. But guys, you will not believe, guys. So one of you um, sent me medication. So for almost 2 weeks, I haven't been able to speak from when I did my last video. That was on Sunday the other week until around Tuesday. So here with me, I have two glasses. This one, which has the medicine, and this is just some warm water. So this is the medicine one of you guys sent me, and this is not even a paid advert, but it worked for me, so that's even why I'm sharing it. It's organic echinacea, this one, and I don't know where you can find it, but I have checked. If you are in Kenya, there is a shop called Healthy You. They have physical branches, but they also have an online shop. You can find them like on Glovo. And this thing worked magic for me, guys. So thank you so much. And so basically what I had to do is take 15 drops of this and drop it in half a cup of water, and then I drank it for 2 days, and my voice is kind of almost back. So thank you so much. So I'm told there's something that is going around, so if by any chance you're also struggling, then you want to go and check this. So this is not sponsored. I'm just talking of what worked for me. It's about, I think, 3,000 shillings thereabout. So yeah, this one, it has worked magic for me, and I can vouch for it. At least now I'm able to speak. So if this is your first time seeing my face, my name is Eva Mtali, and on this channel I talk about travel. I talk about legitimate ways of moving abroad, whether that is temporarily, whether it is permanent, moving for travel, for work, just to stay. We talk about all that here on the channel, so welcome. I will have visitors here, and I encourage you to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so that every time we shoot a new video, you do not miss out. So for those who have been watching me over time, thank you so much for always coming back. I see all of you. Thank you very much for all your beautiful comments. Thank you, Elias. Thank you, Anne. I'll never give up. Yes, thank you guys. It feels amazing to have my voice back, even though it's not 100% there, but thank God for this drink. Yeah, so I'm getting there. And I know by the grace of God, by the time we go to the next month, everything will be fine. So guys, you know, here we make sure to have a live at least the first day of the month and the last day of the month. So I just figured today is 28th of March, and tomorrow is Easter Friday, and then there's going to be a long weekend until 1st of April. So I was just like, why not just have a chat with you guys? And as you have seen from the title of today's video, it was inspired by a story I read on Facebook. And some of you must have, if you're old enough and you're on Facebook, you must have read that story. And it's basically the story of a lady. She's called Varia. And those who follow, there's a lady who does she has a YouTube channel. She's called Lynn Gogi. If you guys have watched her video, I think she posted it yesterday or the day before, she actually interviewed this lady as well. So I was just like, wow, maybe there's some lessons for us to learn here. So guys, I'm just gonna briefly tell you the story of this lady, and then I'll quickly come to today's video where I'm talking about some lists, considered ways through which you can move abroad, and that a lot of us don't consider. I've kind of talked about them here on the channel, but I'm just going to expand on it a little bit. So I'm basically talking about moving abroad, and moving through a relationship pathway, or moving through the pathway of love. And severally, right here on the channel, I have talked about ways that somebody was like, hey, Eva, stop telling people to fall in love so they can move abroad. And I'm like, why not? Because maybe some of you are probably not able to meet your goals or achieve your, whether those are relationship goals, money goals, whatever goals, because of the location. And guys, I've always given the example of bottled water. Take the example of Keringet, for example, or any bottled water for that matter. When you buy it in the supermarket, it goes for like $1, which is equivalent of about 120 Kenya shillings. The same bottle of water, if you go to a 5-star hotel like Kempinski, it goes for like maybe $3. The same bottle of water, same brand, if you go to one of these budget airlines like JumboJet, for example, where you have to buy your water, they're gonna charge you like maybe $10. Same bottle, same water, same quantity. And it's the same thing with human beings. So I always imagine sometimes, maybe you can't get, so maybe your real value, you're not getting it because you're in the wrong location. So like some of you have been trying like to find your nyota. In Kenya we call them nyota, or your star for moving abroad, or your star for a relationship, but you're stuck in the same corner, and maybe that's why you're not getting your rib, you're not getting your Mr. Right or your Mrs. Right, or maybe that's why njia zako hazifunguki because you're in the wrong place, or maybe that's why you're just not able to make ends meet because maybe for you, God wrote in his book of destiny that Eva ataomokea America. Eva will make it when she's in America. So as long as I'm still in Kenya, then maybe I will never make it because my destiny is in America, for example. And then sometimes you have tried the different ways, you have tried the education route, excuse me, umenyimwa visa, you haven't been given a visa. You have tried maybe the cruise ship route, the visa is not coming through. You've tried, I don't know, all these different channels, not coming through. And that's why I'm like, okay, maybe it's time for you to explore the relationship route. And that's something I want to talk about today. So this, back to this lady's story. So this lady, and something I always talk about is, so this particular lady, she is Kenyan. She is a single mom of one. And she met this guy online. So apparently this guy was in some, I don't know, UK or something, I'm not very sure what country it was. And they started chatting on, I think they met on Facebook, and they started chatting and chatting and chatting and chatting. Until eventually this guy told her, okay, you come and visit me in, I don't know whether it was in UK or whatever, let's use UK for argument's sake. And he was like, please process your visa, pay all your visa costs, and then when you come here, I'm gonna refund your visa costs, buy your air ticket. When you get here, I'm gonna pay you your air ticket costs. I'm also gonna pay, can you also buy for me like some local Kenyaji chicken, buy for me fish from Kenya, buy for me hair braids, buy for me this from Kenya, and then when you get here, I'm gonna reimburse you. And guys, guess what? So this girl, she was so naive. She actually processed her visa with her own money. She went ahead and bought an air ticket with her own money. She bought all these groceries from Kenya. You know, like when people move abroad, they miss all these groceries and they always just want a taste of home. So this guy told her, can you buy for me all these kind of groceries? Excuse me, guys. Buy for me the fish and the chicken and all these sausages and all that. And when you get here, I'm gonna reimburse you. And your guess is as good as mine. As soon as that lady got into the UK, the first thing that this guy did, he took all the fish and all the chicken and all the hair braids and all the spice and everything this lady had brought from Kenya, and then he split them into little bags. And he was like, so when she was asked the guy, so where are you taking all these things from? And the guy was like, I'm shipping them to my friends. So obviously this was red flag number one. You're going to visit a guy in a country that is more developed than yours, but he's telling you to pay for your costs. Ladies, that is tip number one. Remember, men are naturally, by law, by nature, God designed men to be the ones to pursue you and the ones to be the providers. You as a woman, by nature, God designed you to be the receiver. Okay? Even just anatomically, when you just look at your anatomical, the way your anatomical physical features, women receive, men give. It is what it is. Doesn't matter what all the feminist theories tell you, even just by design, how ladies and gentlemen are designed. Men are the givers and women are the receivers. So this should have been red flag number one for this lady. And secondly, this lady is in Kenya and she is raising her child by herself. This guy is in the UK. So just going even by virtue of the exchange rate, this guy is at a better financial position than the lady. So he should have taken care of these ladies like visa costs and travel costs. He didn't do that. So ladies, that is red flag number two. Okay? And then number three, he's a gentleman and he told the lady, please bring for me hair braids, bring for me this, buy for me this food, buy for me that food, buy for me the spices. When you get here, I'm going to pay you. No, honey. In an ideal world, this guy should have sent this lady money, excuse me, and told her, here is some money, you can shop for me ABCD, and then if there's any leftover money, you can shop some for yourself and your mom and your child and your whoever, and then you have some money left over, you have some food left over for your child when you're traveling abroad to visit me. He didn't do any of this. So that alone is another red flag. So guys, something else that happened as soon as this lady got into this guy's house, this guy never did any shopping. Like he literally, every day they were eating the food that this lady had come with from Kenya. Guys, can you imagine? You have traveled from Kenya to the UK and you expect when you're in the UK that at least this guy should be taking you around, exposing you to the culture, the culinary of the UK, the food culture and all that in the UK. But he was literally expecting this lady to be cooking all the food that she had come with from Kenya, and he wasn't even buying anything in the house or anything. He wasn't taking her out. Like this lady said, she was stuck in the house the whole, I think she was there for 3 weeks or something. This guy never took her outside, never took her to any mall, never took her to any restaurant, never took her to any attraction. Guys, which is another red flag. And this one I have talked about over and over and over again. Anytime you are planning to leave your country to go to another country, please have plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And in that plan, we said your relative should not be on top of it, or your friend should not be at the top of that plan. Have your own personal plan, like go to booking.com and get a hotel. There are hotels that you don't have to pay upfront. There are hotels you don't even need to book with a credit card or a debit card. Go to booking.com, check that guy's address or that lady's address, and get a hotel around where they are, just in case things don't work out for you. Number two, I always say have an itinerary for you. It doesn't matter whether you're going to visit your sister, your brother, because these are questions they even ask you at the airport. Eva, what brings you here? I'm here for vacation. Where are you going to be? And a quick Google search is one place that you can go. If you're going to be like in London for 5 days, just go to Google and say, hey, sample 5-day London itinerary, and put it there. That should have been another red flag. Now, let's talk about this list talked about ways that you can move abroad. So I've already touched on it a little bit. You can move abroad via relationships. You can move via love. And obviously, which begs the question that I know a lot of you are going to be asking. So Eva, how do I find somebody who is abroad? How do I find, maybe I want to move to the UK. How do I find somebody who's in the UK? I want to move to the US. How do I find somebody who's in the US and get in a relationship with them? So right here on the channel, we have a playlist that is entitled Interracial Dating. I would encourage you to go and watch the videos under that playlist. But I have never used a dating app, but there's a lady that I know of. She's right here on YouTube, and she is also on TikTok and also on Facebook. She is based in Germany, and she's one that I would encourage. If you're interested, you can go and watch her videos. She is currently married to a German guy. They met through a dating app, and this lady, if you follow her on TikTok or follow her on Facebook, her name is Anne Nafula. Let me just put her YouTube handle here in case somebody is interested to follow her. She's the only, and this is not like sponsored or anything, but the only reason why I am talking about her is because she actually is on YouTube, and she actually, for some time, she used to have, it wasn't like a dating per se, but people would come to her lives and like she would connect people. And also, since she immigrated to Germany through a dating app, then I think she's the best person who can guide you on that. And if you look at her TikTok account, let me look for her if I can find her here. She's called Anna Fuller. I've just posted there. She's called Anna Fuller. She actually says that she does. Oh yes. So let me just change this so that you guys can see. That's her TikTok account, Anna Fuller, sharing my online dating and marriage. Okay. I don't know if you guys are able to see her clearly. Anna Fuller, you can follow her on TikTok as well. These are her videos. You can see. But the only challenge you might have is if you are not able to speak Kiswahili. She does most of her videos in Kiswahili for obvious reasons, but she's one that I know. And two dating apps that I've had her talk about. One is called Afro Introductions, and that's the one that she actually used to get her husband now. Yeah, Afro Introduction. Let me just, so guys, of course, go and do your own due diligence. As I have said, I don't know anything about these apps. I'm just using what I've had her talk about. This is another one. She has talked about that. And then there's another one I had her talk about. This one especially is for if you are plus size. I think it's called BBW. I'm not very sure, but I think it's BBW. I'm not very sure, but you can check in the app store. If I just Google, I'm not very sure, but it is a dating app for plus size. I don't know if it's for women only or for men only. I mean, if it's for both men and women, but it's something like BBW. I'm not very sure. I can't remember. I just was scrolling through TikTok and I stumbled upon her video. So I think that's, and there was a lady, actually, when she was on that live, when I stumbled on her live, there's a lady who was talking about, who was giving a testimony of having been on one of Anne's lives and on TikTok, and Anne had talked about this app, and this lady went on the app and she actually met her guy there. So guys, those are the two I've had Anne talk about. But you can also look at my YouTube channel under playlists, interracial dating. There's so many videos down there, you can go and check them out. So guys, here is what I want to talk about. So, and something else she talked about is when you get to these apps, you don't have to pay. But she recommends that when you are approaching the people on the app, approach only those who have paid, because most of those who have paid are the serious guys, okay? They're the ones who are serious. Something else I would encourage you when you get on these apps, there's something that is very notorious with, I heard that she was talking, this is especially for people who don't understand Kiswahili. She was talking and warning, I think it's one of the top videos, she was talking about a notorious habit that most Kenyans have. I don't know if it's all black people, but she talked about Kenyans. She was speaking Kiswahili, where they get on the app, and as soon as somebody contacts you, you start asking them for money. So that is another tip. So avoid asking people for money, like in the first 2-3 messages you start chatting with them and then you're already asking for money. This is a red flag. Both men and women, when you start asking people for money, it doesn't sound right, okay? Or starting to share with them your problems, like you've just approached somebody today, tomorrow, and tomorrow you're like, oh, I have a dental appointment and I don't have money, can you send me money? My gas is finished, and all that kind of nonsense. It just doesn't augur well, especially in the interracial world, because unlike in our cultures whereby people like to just ask other people to pay their bills, in the Western world, especially these white people, they have what they call the Dutch, they call it Dutch culture, I think, whereby you can even go on a date with your boyfriend, go on a date with your husband, and they expect you to split the bill. So it's not like here in Kenya, for example, in Africa generally, or even in Uganda, where I hear women in Uganda have what they call a dating allowance. Like if you're dating a guy, he actually gives you an allowance for dating him. Hey guys in Uganda, in the comment section below, can you confirm if this is true? I heard in Uganda, you guys, and I heard the same thing in South Africa. Like you guys get dating allowances, like a guy gives you an allowance for dating him. So if you're used to that culture, for example, where you get paid an allowance for dating a guy, and then you expect like you're gonna get a muzungu, and by day 2 of chatting, you start asking them for money, you just wanna hold it up a little bit. Something else, when you are on these dating apps, most of the people, so this again, I was watching Anne on her TikTok live, and she was saying that some of these people, the moment you start chatting with them, they're gonna start asking you for to share with them your nudes in exchange for money. Guys, let me just warn you, if anybody has been on TikTok in the last couple of weeks, you know what happened to Nyako. Nyako is the OG of TikTok. She's like the biggest TikToker, the biggest Kenyan TikToker. She's based in Germany. And she met this guy online. The guy is a Kenyan. And Nyako is also Kenyan, but she lives in Germany. And this guy asked her to have like tunyonga in public. Can somebody write in the comment section? I don't want to say that word because this video is gonna get flagged if I say that word, but like they were doing the deed online. Little did, so this guy lured her like, oh, I love you. So for almost like a whole month, he kept telling her that he loves her and wants to have a relationship with her, and they would do everything on the TikTok lives, and you'll be like literally like really getting close to her. Little did she know that this guys had actually ganged up as a group of TikTokers, because this girl Nyako, she's so famous. She's one of the most gifted TikTokers. She gets so much money from TikTok. Like she makes, I think, 3 or 4 million Kenya shillings per month on TikTok. And a lot of people, of course, are not going to be happy about it. They're going to be jealous. So this guy actually duped her and lied to her that he loved her. And then they started doing the deed online. He actually told her, can you feel yourself for me? And little did she know that this guy was recording her. So this guy recorded her, like she was literally stark naked online. And this guy recorded her. After recording her, he went and posted her nudes on Telegram. So this girl, she was trending in fact, she's still trending now. Her nudes are trending everywhere. And it was such an ugly scene. Like this lady, she even talked about feeling like unlifing herself. Like, and this is, you can imagine this lady, she's a mother, she has 3 kids, adult, I mean, she has teenage kids. Her firstborn is 18, and then she has I think a 14-year-old and a 13-year-old. You can imagine a mother of teenagers, and your nudes are just circulating on the internet. So guys, do not even try. So when you get on those dating apps, you're gonna find some lunatics. You're gonna have to kiss a few frogs before you find your match. Do not be lured for money to share your nudes, because you do not know where they're gonna land. Some of those people are gonna ask you to do the deed online. I know you're probably really desperate. I know times are hard, but it is not worth your dignity. You do not know. Not everybody is trustworthy. Now, another thing that you're gonna find when you get on these dating apps, and this is expected, not everyone is up for long distance relationships. So you might be lucky. Like for example, in this aunt's case, she was fortunate that she found a nice guy. That was hers was like 10 years ago, before the Mzungus became corrupted. So she met her guy more than 10 years ago. And the guy was like really chap. I think in like 3 months, he had already come to Kenya, and they had dated and all that. And they actually got married. So my advice for you, generally, even if you meet a guy online and he is serious with you, I would encourage you to ask that guy to first come and visit you in your home country before you go to his home country. And here's the reason why. When you go to apply for a visa for most of these countries, one of the questions they're going to ask you, and I've talked about this in the other videos under the interracial dating videos, they're going to need evidence that you two are in a relationship. You and the other guy or the other lady who's abroad are in a relationship. And so that's why your WhatsApp chats are going to come up. So record any chats you have with this guy. So what you want to do is get off from the dating app as soon as is possible. If you can move from the dating app into maybe Facebook or WhatsApp or whatever, and start like keeping those messages, because should your relationship materialize and you're gonna need a visa, remember the title of this video, how you can move abroad using love. So you're not just looking for love for the sake of love, but you're trying to use it as a stepping stone to your goals. So you want to make sure that you have records of any conversations you're having with this person. And as I said, do not, however tempting it is, however much money they're offering you, do not send your nudes to anybody. Do not do the deed online with anybody. If that guy, that lady loves you so much and they want to see you, like immediately, let them come to your country. Because when they come to your country, of course, you're going to have videos here, you're going to do pictures here, you're going to do all this here, and it's going to be solid evidence that it's going to make your case. The day now you want to apply for a visa for his or her home country, it's going to make your case so much stronger, unlike a case where the guy or the lady has never visited your home country. So you have a stronger case if the guy has visited or the lady has visited your home country before you apply for the visa. Now, let's assume that you apply for the visa to go and visit your guy or your lady and your visa is approved. Again, the tips do not change. We have said when you are moving abroad, have plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. And in that plan, this significant person of yours should not be the plan A, because shit happens. I've just told you the story of Beryl, for example. So make sure that as much as you're going to people's countries, have your own money. Things could happen. And make sure that you have your own money that can at least book for you a hotel, pay for your food, pay for your train or your whatever ticket. If you need to change your ticket and come back, because guys, some of these guys are psychos. Believe you me, some of these people are psychos, and that's why they're unable to meet eligible partners in their home countries, and that's why they're coming to look for people in your country. Okay, so you have to be really, really careful. Don't be naive. Make sure that if you're gonna go to somebody's country, you have money to take care of yourself should things go haywire. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Something else, make sure this guy gives you the address such that before you leave your country, you already know where you're going to go. And you have researched the area. You know where the nearest police station is. You know where the nearest church is. You know the nearest, I don't know, train station, the nearest attraction, the nearest whatever is. Make sure you have all that information. This is some of the things that Beryl did not have. She didn't care to check where this guy lives. So by the time she landed, she couldn't even find her way to the airport. So she had to stay behind until when it was time for her to come back to Kenya. Something else, and this is why I have shared with you the YouTube channel of somebody like Anne, for example. If you're moving, let's say, to the UK, the moment you have gotten into that relationship with whoever, and you see that this relationship is moving somewhere, it's time for you to start taking advantage of social media. Start following YouTubers, TikTokers, whoever are in those areas. Like if let's say you're going to London and you're Ghanaian, find out which Ghanaian YouTuber lives in London. If let's say you're South African and you're going to Canada, which South African YouTuber lives in Toronto or lives in Melbourne, Australia, for example, such that you can start like having not exactly relationships, but start going to their lives. So this place, for example, TikTok, there's a lot of people who go on TikTok lives. And the beauty of TikTok is that you can actually go in as a guest and actually chat with the content creators. So start being visible to these content creators in countries that you are eyeing, or countries that where your potential power or permanent is located. Because I noticed when Berry, for example, posted her story on Facebook, there's a lot of people who came in the comment section who are like, hey Beryl, why didn't you call us? Why didn't you let us know you are going through this? Why didn't you contact us? You know? So you want to start having these relationships with these people who are already in those countries. And the easiest people to do that with is people who are online, people like Eva. Because for us, we are already so used to getting messages from people such that we are not gonna like get like, oh my god, who is this who contacted? Because we're already so used to being contacted by other people, unlike maybe somebody random whom you may just find on like a Facebook page or something. But people like us, we already online, we have a reputation to keep, so we may not want to do something fishy or something funny to you. So you want to start identifying these people who are online in those cities that you are intending to go and visit your person in. And believe you me, a lot of us content creators are very helpful. We are very, we'll be happy to help you. And as I said, don't wait until you get into people's countries, and that's when you start looking for Eva. I shared you the story of this lady whose brother was going for British Air Force interview. I have been on YouTube, guys, for this is my 6th year on this channel. We started this channel in 2018, 6 years. I am on TikTok. On TikTok, we are almost 160,000 followers on TikTok. We are here on YouTube. So, and as much as we have a lot of people that following me on these channels, I know the people who comment on my videos. I know the people who like my videos. I know the people who come to my lives during the live or even after. I kind of know the people who root for me. I know the people who comment on my videos. I know the people who say thank you. I know the people who comment on the community tab. I know the people who reach out when they don't see Eva on YouTube has not posted any video for a whole month. They'll reach out to my inbox, they'll reach out to Instagram and check on me if I'm okay. So you cannot expect, I have been on YouTube for the last 6 years and I have created 1,107 videos on YouTube. You cannot claim to be rooting for me, following me, loving on me, and you have never found even one video to even comment, one video to even say thank you, one video to even ask a question. That is not true. But suddenly, when you are stuck in Canada, when you are stuck in London, when you are stuck in the US, you remember there's somebody called Eva and you want her to talk to her brother or her sister to give you accommodation. It doesn't work like that. That's not how life works. Social capital is not built in one day. And I keep telling you guys all the time, for me when I come online here, I feel like you guys are my family. You guys are my friends. I feel like I know you guys. I see people like Anne and Jaggy usually. I see people like Peter. I see people like Elias. They're always coming here on the live. And I feel like I know them. And I've just shared with you guys, for example, this one was sent to me by one of my subscribers who saw my video that I wasn't okay and they were like, Eva, I just know what you need. And they sent this to me and look at me, I'm here today. So as much as we just see people online, they are real people, guys. I'm a human being. You know, the challenge sometimes with being a content creator, people are so used to seeing you on their phone that they forget that you're a real human being with flesh and blood, and you expect the same connection, just like it happens in the real world, guys. So that is something I'd encourage you to do. Be visible. Be visible. Be visible. I don't know how many times I can tell you that. Be visible, be visible, be visible, be visible. It's for your own good. Something else I want to talk about. And this one, so guys, while I was sick, I shared a video with you guys about, excuse me, about strawberry picking, fruit picking jobs in Finland. I don't know if any of you guys saw that video. Let me know in the comments. That was the last video that I posted before this live. Let me know if you have watched that video. So that video, let me look for it actually. So I shared that video, I think it was a week ago. And somebody came and left a nasty comment. So let me just show you. I don't know if I'm able to find that video. Let me see if I can find. I'm more interested in that comment. Because remember, for us guys here, everything is a teaching moment. So let me just look for that comment. I hope I'm going to find it. Comments. Come on. I don't know why I can't see the comments. Let me check on my phone because there's something I want to. Anybody who watched that video, it's the last video I shared on here on YouTube. Let me see if I'm gonna find it. There's a comment that I'm looking, but I don't know why my laptop is not showing comments. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yes, so here is the comment I'm looking for. So there's this guy who came to the video. The video I talked about visa-sponsored fruit picking jobs in Finland. Africans, you deserve more. Don't quit your motherland for this kind of job in Europe. I have been there and I came back. I know what I mean. So guys, this is something I've talked about before, but I'm going to talk about it now just before I close. When I share opportunity with you guys here, I don't just share opportunity for the sake of sharing opportunity. For this particular video, for example, the employer was very categorical. They said, okay, we currently have people from, let me see, we're talking about, we have people from Vietnam, Thailand, Finland, Ukraine, and all that, but we are open to hiring people from other countries. And that's why I decided to share with you guys. And you could even see where you're supposed to upload your CV and your phone number. There was an option to pick like literally every country in the world. So guys, I've always said, the reason I share with you these opportunities is so that you can go and research further and see how you can use it to achieve your goals. So let's talk about Finland, for example. And this guy was talking about, oh, this kind of jobs. Now, let me tell you one thing. In Africa and Asia, and these other countries, manual jobs are not taken seriously. And I know, like in Kenya, for example, somebody who does a job such as this one get paid like 2,000 Kenya shillings a month. That's almost 100 Kenya shillings a day. That's about $10, or let's say $15 a month. So because some of us are so narrow-minded, when you see a job such as fruit picking that provides for you accommodation, because of your narrow mindset, the first thing that comes to mind is that fruit picking job in your village, in some place, I don't know where. That's number one misconception. People think because you can give people bad salaries in Africa and get away with it, you can do the same in Europe. No. And that's the other reason why a lot of people cannot afford to hire house girls and chamber boys because of minimum wage in these countries. Exploitation of workers is taken very, very seriously. But for me, that is not even the point. Back to the dating scenario. When you're going to go to the dating apps, one thing you will notice, and just like even regular dating, there are people who are open to distance, long distance relationships. There are people who do not want long distance relationships. And the same thing applies for dating apps. For example, there are those Muzungus who will, let's say, if they're based in Finland, there will be like strictly only people in Finland. So they will actually even check your profile. If it's in Kenya, they will not even be interested in communicating with you. But, and unfortunately, majority of those who are on those apps want to interact with people who are in the same cities or same countries as they are. Now, one other issue that a lot of you complain about here is either the reason why we give these agents our money is because we don't have bank statements to show, we don't have money for school, we don't have blah, 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 blah. Now, when you get a job such as this one for fruit picking, it is a visa-sponsored job because you're going there to work, so the employer is going to give you the supporting documents that you need to go to the embassy. That is half of your problem solved, because one of the main issues why you guys get conned left, right, center is because you lack supporting documents for your visa application. But when you are going through a job, and it doesn't matter what job it is, as long as you're going through a job, and that's the same thing I usually talk about for cruise ship jobs. They are visa sponsored. The employer gives you a letter that you use to go to the embassy. And when you get that visa, you're gonna be able to work on the cruise ship and you're gonna get paid in US dollars. And guys, I've always said, a US dollar gotten as a cleaner, US dollar gotten as a software engineer, US dollar gotten as a nurse, US dollar gotten as a fruit picker is still a US dollar. And it doesn't write itself there that this is US dollar that Eva got as a fruit picker. A euro is a euro. In Europe, in Africa, in Asia, a euro is a euro. Now back to our dating thing. So now, and this is what I always say, don't be, and I'm using this word very loosely because before some of you come from in the comment section, don't be stupid with how you do your things. You have to be strategic, okay, when you're doing your things. Don't just be foolish. Broaden your mind, okay? Even the Bible say, be as humble as a dove, but as swift, smart as an eagle, okay? So let's say, like in this particular case, this fruit picking job is, some of them are summer jobs, so they're like 3, 4, 5, 6 months, but they said that for some cases, they're willing to hire you for the long term. So let's even just work with best case scenario, you just got 3 to 4 months job. I've said, do not be foolish. For a lot of people, the main problem they have is just to land in those countries. Once you land in that country, cheza kama wewe. I will not translate this one. You can go and Google it. Cheza kama wewe. Can somebody can type there? Cheza kama wewe. Okay? This one I don't want to be. I don't want these people's embassies to come for me. And one of the ways you can cheza kama wewe, the moment you land in those countries, number one, get on those dating apps and find the people that are around you. Because remember, when you are, let's say, in Kenya on a dating app, you are only having access to maybe the 10% that are open to go for a long distance relationship. When you're in Ghana, when you're in South Africa, when you are in Nigeria, when you are in Kampala, for example, when you're in Tanzania, you only have access to maybe the 5% who are open to dating long distance. But the moment you're in their country, suddenly you have access to 90% of these people in this pool, okay? And then let's say a country like Finland is not like our countries here in like, let's say if I want to fly from Kenya to Cape Town, I have to part with $1,000. Guys, those Muzungus are very clever. They have trains, they have very cheap budget airlines, and the countries are very close to each other. So as long as, let's say you are in Europe, let's say you're in Finland, somebody in Germany will not mind dating you because you just a train ride away from them. You are a very budget, like a 20-pound air ticket away from them. So they will not mind dating you. So suddenly, by virtue of just being there in that country, suddenly your dating pool has expanded. And then let's go back to Beryl's story. So Beryl, this guy that she found online, she was dating, excuse me, is a Kenyan guy like her. Now, with all due respect to Beryl and to all of you, I just have one question. If I am in Kenya, right now in Kenya, the population of Kenya is about 55 million. About 60% of these people are adults. So we are talking about 35 million Kenyans are above the age of 18. Actually, it is more. I think 40 million Kenyans are above the age of 18. About, let's give and take 40% of these people are men. There are probably more. That's 20 million. Now, for the love of God, tell me why I am leaving 20 million men in Kenya to go and look for one man in the UK. Somebody tell me in the comment section below. Why do I leave 20 million Kenyans to go and look for one man in the UK? What am I trying to say? I'm not saying do not date your countrymen. What I'm trying to say, again, as I've said, be strategic. Focus on, let's say if I am already in Finland, for example, or even if I am on that dating app and I am looking for somebody from Europe, why can't I just look for a Mzungu in Europe? Because when I have this Mzungu in Europe, for example, if God forbid, and on my very first interaction with this guy, I get pregnant, for example, that child automatically gets citizenship of that Mzungu's country. But let's say I was dating a Jogona or an Oga or, I don't know, I've forgotten the Ugandan names, in London, and then I become pregnant when I wasn't ready. I have suddenly just added another problem on top of another one. I have given birth to a Kenyan child that I cannot even take care of. You see, when I could have taken advantage and given birth to a British child and solved one problem for the president of Kenya. If nikishindwa kulea, if I'm unable to take care of this British citizen, I just send the British citizen to Britain, and the Britons use their tax to take care of this child. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So be strategic in how you're doing your things. Like, honestly, for me, I don't see the sense why I am leaving 20 million African 20 million Kenyan men to still go and look for one Kenyan man abroad. Let me know in the comment section below, am I making sense? Like, given a choice, why am I still going to a dating app? Why am I even on a dating app that is interracial to still look for somebody of my race, unless I am really unable to get them? Okay, guys, so I hope you're getting the point. I don't want to spill everything here, you guys, for obvious reasons, but I hope you guys are understanding what I am trying to say. Okay, guys, so last one. This one is common sense, but something else. Like I've said, there's this other belief among a lot of people, especially those who have never traveled outside of their motherland. They think that all Mzungus are rich. Guys, do you know black people or people in Africa are richer than Mzungus? You know why? Because here in Africa, I don't know about other countries, but I know in Kenya, we literally buy everything in cash. Like, everything I own, I have paid for it. If it's a house, if it's a car, if it's a phone, like, literally, we don't have as much access to credit like people in the Western world. So what you see is what you get. For example, even if it's a mortgage, I can't get a mortgage unless I am really rich in Kenya, for example. And because the interest rates are really, really high, I must be having a significant amount of disposable income for me to be at a position whereby I can comfortably get a mortgage, for example. So do not ever underestimate yourself. You guys in Africa, you guys in Asia are so much richer than people in the Western world. Because in the Western world, that Western world runs on credit cards. Okay? So, and then the other issue is exchange rate. A Mzungu can come with 1,000 US dollars to Kenya, and suddenly they have 160,000 Kenya shillings. And their 160,000 Kenya shillings goes much further than the 1,000 shilling, the $1,000 would go in America or in Canada, for example. So that's another factor. So this one, especially when you go to visit these, maybe you've now met your guy, you guys have gone to their country to visit, please, before you settle down with these people, find out, how does this guy live? I told you these guys are psychos. Most of them are psychos. They are rejects of their society, and that is why they are on this dating app looking for you. And that's why you will find most of the people on those dating apps are very old or drug and alcohol addicts or people who just social misfits. That's why they are unable, even their own Muzungu people don't want them. So when you go to this person's country, don't just go and be a foolish mumu. Open your eyes and see how this guy lives or this lady lives her life. Is she or is he that one who's constantly drunk? Is he or is she that one who doesn't have a job, for example, and now they're hoping you're going to go to their country and, I don't know, start taking care of him or her? What's their relationship with their parents? Okay? So make sure the same things you'd look out for in somebody in your home country. Don't go just because now you have white skin, suddenly you let your guard down and start behaving like somebody doesn't have a brain, okay? Carry your brain with you to that country. Last but not least, something else I wanted to mention. I have talked about going to Finland, for example, to study. And I'm going to do a video. As soon as I finish this, I'm going to do another video. I think I'll post it tomorrow. I've always thought about this opportunity. There's an organization called Varia in Finland. When I started talking about them, it was very easy to get admission. But the moment we got on TikTok, and that video got to, I don't know, I think it has 5 million views now. Varia started getting a lot of applications, and now they have started changing their admissions rules. So for example, you need to do your English exam before you submit your application. And last year, they were accepting both Duolingo and IELTS. But beginning this year, they're only accepting Duolingo. So guys, if you have not yet done your English exam and you want to go to Finland and study, and it is free of charge, then you want to make sure you do your English exam. They have also capped the number of applications to 500. So that means you have to make sure that your application is ready way before. They're opening, I think, on May 5th or May 15th. I can't remember. Just check out for that video. I'm going to give the details. So you want to make sure you have your application ready so that as soon as they open, you submit your application, because they close immediately, they get the 500th application. Now, here is another caveat. So currently, this organization, they're called Varia, they provide free vocational training, but you cannot just study anything, okay? They have specific courses that are open to international applicants. And this is something else I've always got a lot of comments from. People say, oh, so usually there are valuable professions for international students include cook, waiter, waitress, machinist, mechanical fitter, and plate welder. Of course, again, a lot of people are like, oh my God, you start wearing your mindset for your poor African country or poor Asian country. And you start thinking, okay, how much does a cook earn in my country? How much does a waiter earn? How much does a machinist earn in my country? Mechanical fitter, plater welder, and then you come and bring your feelings in my comment section. Oh, why do you want to export Kenyans to go or Africans to do these manual jobs? Back to the same story of fruit picking. For example, this particular course, you're going to be in Finland for 3 years. Guys, over these 3 years, you're going to learn the Finnish language. And here's the thing, in Finland, so during that period, you're going to be having your study permit, and you're going to get a permit. You're going to get what do they call it? Like a residence permit. Now, the way Finland works is that in After 5 years of staying in Finland, you get your permanent residence. Okay? And again, I have said, the whole point when you're going for a program such as this one, you're not going there to be a cook, waiter, waitress, machinist, which is all good because you're getting paid anyway. I mean, you're getting paid for this course free of charge. So why not? But the question is, what more can you do over these 3 years? Yeah? Can you even go and shoot your shot? Because this is a college, you're going to be with Finnish students, you're going to be with other Finnish people. Go and play your cards well. You could end up with somebody. In addition to that, once you finish your training, remember you'd have already been taught the Finnish language because for 3 years you're going to be immersed in Finnish culture. You can decide to get a job because you already learned the language, you've studied there, get your job, work for the 2 years, and get your residence. And once you get your permanent residence, you can apply now to study. So courses such as nursing in Finland, you don't even have to pay, like, because there's a shortage of such kind of courses. I mean, of professionals. So you can literally go and study something else. Right now in the European Union, there is freedom of movement. So as long as you have a residence in one country such as Finland, you can literally move throughout all the European Union countries. There's, I think, almost 30 of them. And right here on the channel, we have talked about a country such as Lithuania, which is very, very, very easy to get a visa for. Their visa acceptance rates are in the 90th percentile. They give visas to almost everybody who applies. And automatically, if you go there as a student, you get a temporary residence permit for 3 years, no, for 2 years, which you can renew for an additional 1 year. And the 5th year, if you are still in Lithuania, you can apply for permanent residence, and eventually you can apply for citizenship. So guys, what am I trying to say? Do not be narrow-minded, okay? Open your head, open your mind. When I share videos here, don't just look at the video as is, because guys, again, as I've said, I can't say everything here, okay? For obvious reasons. Ask yourself, okay, Eva has shared this opportunity for fruit picking. In case I am fortunate to get this job and I move to Finland, how else can I use this opportunity for my longer term goals? Okay? Watch my video for fruit picking. Watch this video. We have 1,107 videos on the channel, all grouped according to countries. Go through them and ask yourself, which other video can I watch to see how I can use these two information together? Okay? Don't just watch one video and then run with it. No, watch one video and look at another video and see how can I use information from this video and information from this video and use the synergy to create something for myself. So guys, my voice has suffered. I will quickly read your comments and then I'm gonna end the live. So let's see, what questions do we have here in the comment section. Let me just read here. So Elias is saying hello, how are you? Never Give Up is saying hello. Anna, it's nice your voice is back. Yes, I am glad to have my voice back. You know, we have a radio presenter here in Kenya. His name is Maina Kageni. So he's been on radio for as long as I have been alive. Okay, not alive, like my adult life. And I remember one time there was an article, okay, a blog, that Maina had insured his vocal cords. And I was like, oh my God, he has so much money. But let me tell you guys, when I lost my voice for the last 2 months, I kept wishing, oh my God, I wish I had insurance for my voice, because they would have paid me, of course, when I am not creating content here, that is money I am leaving on the table. You know, guys, what I mean? Because I can't talk. But now I understand why the celebrities, most of them like music artists and content creators, have insured their vocal cords. I understand it now. Um, Never give up is saying you change your style. Which style? Are you talking about my hairstyle or which style? If it's my hairstyle, yes. Let me know what you think, guys. What do you think about this? I really love this afro. Like, I think it really, what can I say, accentuates my features. I really love it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Enoch is saying, hi Eva, I'm so glad to see you're feeling great. Having been under the weather for quite a while, it is well with you, Enoch from Nigeria. Thank you so much, Enoch. Michael Okok is saying hello. Prince, I didn't miss out on a lot. Yes. Guys, if you join the live and you find we've just started, you can always feel free to just scroll back and watch from the beginning so that you get context. Prince is saying, please get some water. Yes, I actually had medication. So for those who may have joined late, this is what has changed my life for the better. I don't know if it's visible. Can you guys see? Yeah. So one of you guys sent me this. Thank you so much. That's how much loved I am. It's herbal, but it has really done wonders. Let me show you. The ingredients, if you guys are able to see. Are you guys able to see? So those are the ingredients. It's made in the UK, but I think you can find it in stores in your country. Yes, Prince, part of least resistance. Yes, Prince is on her YouTube. I just subscribed. Yes, please let her know that Eva Mtali sent you. Helena, Eva, can you talk a little bit about EB3 visa? Helena, please allow me to do a video about that. But I think we have a video on the channel. Please check. If we don't have, you can leave a comment on this video after the live. But I think we do have a video on EB3 visa. If we don't, I'll do a video about it soon. Johnny's World, hi, long time, how are you? Dr. Love. Johnny, you guys, by the way, Johnny is based in Germany. So, what I don't remember if Johnny is single or taken. Johnny, let me know in the comment section below. You could just find your rib here in the comment section. Maria is from Uganda. Hi. Helena, I want to move with visiting visa. Is it possible to apply EB3 while USA? I want to move. Okay, Helena, please check if we don't have a video for EB3. Please come and comment here on this video and let me know, and I will do a video about it. Douglas is from Kenya. Hi, I'll watch. Hi, happy to see Eva. Grateful to God for your help. Yes, amen. Thank you, Betsy. Thank you, Eve. You are welcome. Himanshu, question for C1 visa. My ship is not on USC, and I want C1 visa. If the interviewer asks me why you want to be, I don't know what you're gonna answer, because you're gonna need a letter from your employer. Prince is saying, I will visit Nairobi and I will come give you a big hug for all the amazing. Oh, you are welcome, Prince. Please welcome. Let me know when you are here. Let me see, Prince was from which country? Prince, you didn't say which country you're. Oh, from Addis. Oh yeah, my favorite country in the world. Not city. Addis is the capital of Africa, guys, if you don't know. Oh, Prince, welcome. Please, you can drop me an email when you're here. Oh yes, Prince is saying he remembers that comment. Thank you. Prince is asking, where is your ship at? We will did ignore that comment if I continue sharing with us all the information. You can't find that kind of payback here. Same in Ghana. Okay. Yes, Prince, that is true, yeah? So, like I was saying, people in Africa are so much richer than people in the US, Europe, because what you see is what we get. What we own, we paid for it. So, guys, Tap Tap Travel is saying thank you for your advices. You are welcome. So, guys, please allow me to end this live here because we have a very long holiday ahead of us, and your girl is gonna be traveling. I need to go and do some packing. So I will see you on the next one. Sorry, thank you guys. If you haven't liked the video, I don't even know what you're doing with your life. If you haven't subscribed, what are you doing with your life, guys? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And for all those who prayed for me, God had your prayers. Thank you so much. I love you all. Bye. Please like the video. It's free, guys, by the way. Okay, bye, guys.